Yeah. The landscape didn't change, the environment didn't change, the people didn't change, the ambient didn't change. It's time to change up, y'all. It's not time to say things like been there, done that. You can't be there, done that, and do it again. You're gonna been there, done that, and then you're supposed to do better. You know what I'm saying? So expound for everything that you do in life. Cause see, now everything is all good and dandy, putting things online, wherever the case is. But I know now. See, I got a public to serve. Like I always say with everything I do, I got a public to serve. You know, the cameras might not be seeing it all the time, because the cameras are not always supposed to see it. You know, as long as the heavens are seeing what I'm doing, that's what it's all about. You know, so it's about spitting it out. It's about talking about what you feel. It's about going through what you're going through. It's about giving God praise. It's about, you know, living life that beautiful, in that beautiful way that it's supposed to be lived. It's about loving who you are and knowing who you are. And letting nobody take you out, whether they know your story, whether they don't know your story. They ain't got a damn thing to do with it. Always be who you are. Always love who you are. Always be proud of who you are, because see, this is just the point. As long as you do it in the way it's supposed to be done, not in the carnal sense of where everybody try to say things like, let's say, just people from the church, or not even people from the church, just anybody, them fragile-minded narcissists, or just fragile-minded people in general that don't understand when you talk, and they thinking, oh, he or she, they think they all this and all that, and you're like, no, I know I am who I am. I know I'm the specimen that's what I'm supposed to be, and that's who I am, and that's the confidence and faith that I have, and that comes from within me. You know, if you don't have that, well, either you don't have it because you lost it for a certain reason, or you never had it. But once again, that is not the problem of us that don't have that kind of problem. Some of us don't have confident issues. We don't have faith issues. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't have insecure issues. We got issues that are in life that just supposed to be. That's what it is, and that's what it's all about. And that's what it's about, spitting it out. That's why, you know, this platform was created, to spit it out for y'all kids to stay reaching for your goals, kids to stay following the Most High God, kids to stay doing what's supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? On camera, off camera, wherever you're at, it doesn't matter, because remember, most of the spectacular things that the real ones do out here is never seen on camera. It's never witnessed by people, and when it is witnessed by people, they always deny it. See, that's the beauty of greatness, the invisibility of it, the invisibleness of it, of what you don't see, or who didn't witness it, and then who did witness it, and who denies what they witnessed. But see, you always know, and they always know what was really done in this lifetime and what wasn't done in this lifetime, and what they came up with and what they didn't come up with. So that's why, you know, there is no such thing as show me what you got. Is you see who I am and you see what I got. You understand? You gotta come out here, you gotta be confident within yourself. And see, you see this type of talk, this is not for the average. I'm gonna be real, this is not for the average. This is not for the person that says, oh, well, I just want to be this and that, lying. This is not for that type of person. This is for the people that just know within who they are. They know that God is the only one that's good. They know that God is the only one you can pray to and get your prayers answered. They know God's the only one you can love with your heart, mind, and soul, and strength. Right, and at the same time, they know that they've been given dominion to move out here. They understand, and they know that they've been given dominion to show love to the fellow man, to the fellow sisters, to the fellow children, and vice versa. So that's what this is. This is not for the ones that are, you know, unsure who they are, and then they hear the message and then they show who they are. No, see, this is the point. This what I speak is real life. This is how I've been for years. I never actually changed. My mood can change, but me personally, this is how I've always been. I've always been life. I've always been able to give life. Like I said, I'm the blessing that my father had. Right, the sperm that he had is a blessing. Right, my mother making him sperm is a blessing. Right, they knew what they wanted. That's the thing. I am a prize, and that's what I'm saying. So you have to know you're a prize out here. So somebody say, you know, to those that don't think they're a prize, they're feeling insecure. I'd say, well, you gotta know who you are to receive your security. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I only speak because I just know who I am. And see, if you don't know who you are, see, like that's what I mean by giving life. See, let me explain to people that don't really know life. They never knew life. They are empty in life. Well, see, the only way you'll be able to give life, and the way God got us out here, the only way you will be able to receive life from somebody is to get life from them. Meaning, if you didn't receive what they talk about, then you can never say what they're talking about, and you can never try to even concur with it or whatever. You either have to respect it, suck it up because you didn't go through it, or not be with, not be around that person altogether. Because see, that's what I mean. When I'm around somebody, I give life. I'm around my bro right there, that's Donovan Wallace. When he around me, I give life. He give life. When we speak and when we interact, he told me, man, you the closest thing that I know that follow Christ. And he mean on the path of not following others and doing certain things, but still, and not being so judgmental, but still, ministering and administering over the ones that I love, which means just my people in general that I love, right? So I give life. You understand? Because each man is given, especially men, we're given the authority to give life. And to give life don't mean just, I bust a nut so I give life. Busting a nut, definitely you give life, because I know the life, sperm is strong. Just like my father's sperm was strong, because you can see what he created life, right? And thank God. So, before he did it, it had to be in God's plan. So that's the beauty. So life is just when you give what you give. Like in life, if somebody's empty, if your wife or if your husband is empty, you give them life. If they're willing to receive life, you understand? If your son or your daughter don't have life, you give life to them. Meaning, words is life. See, not memories and trying to connect things that don't connect is not always life. That's trying to live life. If you try to live life, you will never live life. So to live life is to give life, is to talk life, is to receive life. And see, it's not to just hear what I say and say, this is called living life. No. See, life comes naturally. You understand? Like a baby know who give life. A baby can see it. A baby a smile. Babies they know who. Babies know the real deal. It's like men and women. They know the real deal. Right. So a zombie know who give life because they don't have life. A zombie like, give me life, and you can't, because that's why a zombie is a zombie. It's just example I'm using. But see, you have to live life, and I keep saying right, but that's what you have to do, because if you don't live life, you will never know life. So you can never have life in what you're doing. You can be dead in what you're doing. And if you're dead in what you're doing, you'll be doing the same thing over and over again, never getting nowhere with it, and just denying it, right? You understand? That's the point. So in order to have a marriage, you have to acknowledge your husband as well as your wife acknowledge you. In order to have a relationship with Christ, you have to acknowledge Christ as well as Christ can acknowledge you. See, in order to give life to others, you have to give them life and they give you life back. Now, you may give life in a different kind of manner. They may give it in a different kind of manner, but you really give life. So you can't give deadness and claim that it's life, right? Just to suit somebody else, because you have to do what suits you first. Because see, when somebody knows what suits you first, they love it. But they would have to also have something that suits them first. See, they can't have a way of society. This is what suits me because, this is what suits me, this and that, right? That's not the right. Some people might say, what suits me is to make my kids happy. But you would say, okay, are you saying that because you want to make your kids happy, or just that's something society fed you? Remember, a lot of people feed into society, so they don't really know, right? That's called deadness. You have to really know why you're doing what you're doing, right? See, if you say you want your child to be happy, that's just an example I'm using. Then you will make sure your child goes to bed on time. You will make sure your child says his prayer. You will make sure your child knows his or her schoolwork. You make sure your children, you make sure you wouldn't spare that rod. You whip them when they're wrong because you love them just that much. Or sometimes you just give them a look and they know to stop. And anybody and everybody that's an authority figure around them, you would make sure that as long as that person is correct around them, then that person can correct them because they're an adult, the elders and things like that. Right? See, so, and you would treat the child like his or her age. A woman is not a woman, a man is not a man, and and raising is raising, and spoiling is spoiling, and it's a different thing. So see, the words I speak is life, so people try to follow it all the time. Right? People that live life follow what I say, right? Because life follows life. People that don't live life can't follow what I say, but they try to reenact and try to put the pieces together that they can't put together. And that's because you don't. If you're dead, you can't put life together. That's the point. So right. So if you love your wife, you love your husband. Y'all will always live life, even when times is bad. You're still living life. She I love that real dude. He like, I love that real woman. Regardless of the situation, y'all will go through it. Boom, it'll be settled because you're living life. See, when you're both dead, if you're dead in what you're doing, well, y'all both will be dead, and you won't really get nowhere, and you'll just be dead. And matter of fact, you'll be so dead, everybody be in your business, because that's what dead people do. The dead loves to hang around the dead because they can't bring life. Right? Remember, so when people lounge around each other and want to be in each other's business, it's because they were all dead. Right. So remember, somebody that's dead could look at something that look familiar and say, okay, this looks dead, so I could get involved in it. Right. Someone with life be like, yo, bro, yo, sis, I love what's going on in your life. Praise God. You look a little down today, but I know you got life. And then, and they know how to relate. Why do you think the dead always try to invite themselves everywhere where they're not invited? Right. Think about it. The dead can never. Right. Remember, if the dead was worried about your past or worried about anything, like remember, the dead can only worry about your past or things about you because the dead can't help you. Just think about it. The dead can never help. The dead can't help anything. So the dead can always bring up what they want to bring up because that's what dead means. Dead means elapsed time. Your time is over. So you see, in life, we live regardless. We live in the past, we live in the present, we live in the future. And by live in it, I mean we supersede every single thing that goes down. The dead can't do that. The dead gets stuck and say, oh, this and oh, that. The dead has mixed emotions that make no type of sense at all. See, so that's the beauty of living in life. You learn from the dead. You learn from the dead, but you learn from the dead by realizing that they're dead and you're not. Think about it, right? And the dead learns how to imitate life of what they hear. But remember, they can never bring forth anything. So remember, like I said, the dead buries the dead like Christ did. The dead bury the dead by keeping each other dead. So then they'll remember, the dead can only give each other props on dead things. Because remember, life has no fear. Life confronts anybody at all given times. Life is like, I'm here, we here. Let's talk, let's this, let's that. This is really what I feel in front of him, in front of her, for whatever. That's life. See, you understand? So that's not even hood, that's not even gangster, that's not even being a thug. That's life. That's real men and real women. Remember, you see, fake men and fake women, dead men and dead women, all they do is gossip and talk, and they don't talk around you. They don't talk with a solution, because remember, something that's dead can never bring a solution. Right? Remember, all they can bring up is what they're trying to copy. But see, we don't let them get that blood. That's the point. So see, this is spit it out ink, where we spit out all day long, where we spit it out, where we get it out, where we say what we gotta say, and we say it to your face, we say it behind your back, we say it around you, and we just do it as it's supposed to be done. Loving life, loving God, loving one another, loving life, and hating being dead, because we ain't dead. We're all going to die one day, but see, that's when we're going to go to the Creator. Because remember, we followed life. Not anything someone else said that came from this or that is life. So see, remember, the dead that hear me say life and say, oh, okay, let's live life now. It don't work like that. In order to live life, you have to build up a life. You have to be seated in life to have one. That's the point. So if you never had a life, you don't know what I'm talking about. The real brothers and sisters know what I'm talking about. So I love you. Peace, and we're going to be talking.